Hey guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly handler today, because today we're returning after a 2.5-month hiatus to our Delta Green RPG adventure. We are playing through one of the original, a updated version of one of the original adventures in the original Delta Green source book that came out in 1996. That adventure is Puppet Shows and Shadow Plays. So if you are intending on playing that adventure, whether in the original Call of Cthulhu or with the new Delta Green RPG, relatively new, I think it's 10 years old now, then just be advised this session will contain spoilers for that. If you're not concerned with that, well then welcome. Let me introduce you to our agents for today. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing. First up, we've got Robert.
Hi, I'm Robert. I'm playing Special Agent Lewis Wood. He's an intelligence case officer with the FBI. And yeah, that's basically it.
Very nice. Next up is John.
Everyone, I'm John. I'm playing Dr. Nicoyo Butler. She is a fairly good surgeon, field medic, and intrigued by what she is finding.
And last but certainly not least is Will.
Hi, I'm Will. I'm playing Special Agent Eddie Johnson. He is an intelligence analyst and linguist for the FBI.
Very nice. So guys, what our session, I guess for those listening at home, as I mentioned, it's been 2.5 months since we last played this. And we have a new player who is joining the adventure. So we're going to be spending a little bit of time at the outset doing a recap of what happened last time, what was uncovered last time. So feel free to jump forward if you're watching this later or in a playlist. Not all of our sessions will have quite as lengthy rehashes. So for setting us in the scene, though, our scene would likely open with Eddie making his way along the very open Highway 70, driving down from Phoenix. The sun in our scene would be much lower in the sky. It's late in the day. You are heading out to, is it Peridot that you guys are going to? No, San Carlos is where you're going to be meeting up with the other agents. They had checked in and had updated Special Agent in Charge Hobson as to where they'd be staying. And you were a late arrival, or a late addition to the team. You've had an opportunity to review the materials that the FBI has summarized thus far. So that would be the, heck is it? Here we go. Brief summary of facts that you received thus far. Windows are probably down because it is scorching hot. August 1st in the middle of Arizona. You've not met any of the other agents, and I'm not certain that you necessarily heard of, there's been no scuttlebutt about the reputations of any of them. None of them have any notable reputations, good or bad, within the agency. But you have been, I don't know, what is your thought on being assigned to this task? You got a 2.5-hour drive along a pretty lonely stretch of highway.
I mean, he thinks it's probably kind of odd, to a large extent, based on what he does at the agency. That does seem weird to him, but he hasn't gotten feet on the ground with the other people, and based on kind of what he does, that may be specifically why they want him there, is to look at different facts, and try and come up with a coherent narrative.
You're also quite good with people, right? Like I saw
it's got the human intelligence.
The humans, the anthropology, history. Like you're in another agency, you may be the person who is a recruiter for assets or for what is it that CIA calls them. It's not assets, it's something else. Maybe it is assets.
I was fixing to say, I actually think it is assets. But
Okay, maybe it's not. In any event,
that's right.
That's where, yeah, so like, cultivating sources and stuff like that, I guess that would probably be what the FBI would call them. That's one of your fortes. So how you want to, have that expressed in the languages that you're specialized in is up to you. What you see here, Agent Johnson, is the actual turnoff to San Carlos.
Okay.
And as you turn down into San Carlos itself, this is what it's like when you drive past the municipal building where the police station is located for the Apache Tribal Police. You would see signs marking this as being, Apache territory and Apache tribal lands. If you want to have another aerial perspective on what the San Carlos Reservation looks like, I have that for you as well. So this is sort of where you're driving into. There's probably folks, given the type of vehicle that you're issued in the 90s and the sort of dress code of the FBI, I imagine that you're seeing some people drive past in pickup trucks, with shades on, quite clearly giving you long, looks. Your ride and your presentation does kind of scream Fed. Mm-hmm. There is a motel that you're able to find. I think it's we called it the San Carlos Motel, where the others are staying. And if you check in, you'll hear that they had been asking about a local cafe, and they were meeting up at a cafe later in the evening. So I'll assume you get up and make your way over to the... yeah, there you go. Yeah, really. Robert jokes that the internet outage. I mean, we've had tech issues one time, we've had internet issues another time. Like,
oh man,
the world the conspiracy has been conspiring against this campaign.
Yes.
And so,
I'm sorry. The vehicle was what they said is the 1995 classic FBI. That's
nice.
Yeah.
It's either a Crown Victoria or
Capri.
Yeah. That was the other one, the Chevy one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
And in the trunk, you've got a. Let's see here. I think there's a single shotgun. Because this is again like pre 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
This is post Waco, though. What year was Waco?
Well, was I still in high school when Waco happened? I think I was.
I think I was in high school, so it'd be before 94.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was 93 or earlier than that.
It's pre-Columbine.
Oh yeah, definitely. Columbine would have been in the 99, right?
Yeah, somewhere there, because I was in college. That's what I'm trying to think. 95, the big thing, of course, I remember is the what's technically was it called? The Yugoslav War, where Bosnia and Serbia.
Yeah.
Because that's part of where I was in 95. So that's the big conflict that was actual military, U.S. military, I guess.
You guys have a car phone? And the FBI issued bureau-owned sedans are nicknamed Boo cars or Bew cars for local use. Most likely a unmarked brown or dark blue Chevy Caprice, no more than a few years old. So you nailed it.
Yep, that's the Capri. You got it.
You walk through the reservation, and like the town is not terribly active. You're definitely getting quite a few looks. You were certainly one of the only Caucasian people, or at the very least non-Apache people, who are in here. But what you can see is there are a few folks sitting around a table. When you get to the cafe that's been suggested to you, you can see that there are two folks they're dressed like FBI agents, to be honest. A white fella and a black lady. And neither of which are familiar to you.
Okay.
For Agent Wood and Dr. Butler, this will be like maybe 20 minutes after Dr. Butler gave you the debrief of her autopsy. You hear the sound of the bell as the door is open. You look over and you see somebody who, for one, looks every inch the Fed, and two, is most definitely not Apache.
Yep. And we knew that there was a fourth person assigned to this. Okay.
Did not. No.
Okay.
As far as like absences are concerned, for those listening at home who may not have watched our other games before, if a player's not able to play, we just treat their character as if they're just not here. We don't address it. We don't try and justify it. We just ignore it and keep on playing. Because my son Jaden wasn't able to make it today, so he walks in. You did not know that there was a fourth person coming. What happens next, guys?
So I think Wood is still a bit, if I recall, we made sanity rolls, or at least I forced a sanity roll on myself.
You all voluntarily made sanity checks.
I mean, it felt like kind of a thing that should be done, but yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So I think he passed, but I think he's still struggling a bit to process everything that happened. And so
in Delta Green, unlike Call of Cthulhu, there's actually kind of different sources of sanity checks, and those can be violence, the unnatural, or helplessness.
Yeah.
I think it was
unnatural.
Ooh, right, because of the coyote tracks. Is that what triggered you?
Well, just I mean, partially that the coyote tracks came and, like, I can't remember how far out they disappeared, but like they seemed to appear out of nowhere, and then when they left, they disappeared.
Yeah.
Like there was like a circle around that they appeared to like just pop in and then pop out after they came in. But right. I think it was the fact that I can't remember. Like we found all 25. So the first thing was there were a bunch of sheep that were taken, and those were in the individual holes. But then we found all of the bodies together in one place, and the other thing was like the buzzards weren't attacking them; they were just kind of like circling. There's something else weird about the bodies. Like, had they started to decay yet? Like, did they look like they were decayed based on the
less than a week decayed? Yeah.
Yeah, but they'd been drained of blood, so
that's right.
Slows down the
decay process. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think all of that it was so far beyond anything he had actually seen before. So,
and Dr. Butler was violence for you, right?
No, it was her digging through the autopsy and the remains and coming to the conclusion that whatever did this was not natural, that she was aware of.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so it was
pushed you right past the.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can see there's. I imagine that there are meals set in front of them that are barely touched. Agent Johnson.
Butler's enjoying her coffee. She's had a little bit too much.
Yeah.
But, it's warm and comforting.
Yeah. And Wood's looking at the meal he has, and if there were sheep, I would assume that like there's probably mutton, and he's kind of like, okay, like why did I order this? It's completely untouched. He might have eaten like a piece of broccoli or something that was next to it.
Yeah.
And he looks up as Johnson comes in, and he kind of registers that he doesn't look like he belongs here, and that he's,
look as well. He probably has his. Actually, it's a desert and it's evening, so it's cooling off. But even then, with the jacket on, you can see like there's the kind of frizzed hair from having been sweating all day. A rumpled suit from being in the car for several hours.
Yeah. So Wood looks over at Butler and says, maybe, he says, looks like another one.
And Johnson, what do you do?
I think he comes in. He kind of just looks around, and then he sees, obviously, what looks like his people. So he walks over there, and he says, I'm Special Agent Johnson. You are.
And Wood reaches out and hand out and says, "I'm Agent Wood. This here," for that. He pauses for a second, and then he lets her introduce herself.
Dr. Butler. Is this a friend of yours?
Yeah. No. Do we know each other?
Nope.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Wood only knows Butler for about a day now. So.
The butler's like wondering. She just discovered something crazy, and the conspiracy theories are running through her head. Like, how'd they find out so quick?
Yeah.
Your human. What is your human score there, Johnson?
Sure. I think it's 50, but I'll double check.
50?
Yeah,
okay.
50.
Okay. So you're I'm not sure how you spent your 20 points. It's not a bad idea to have put them into the things you want to be good at, because there's those thresholds you hit for auto. Spreading skills around is not a you're acting as a team, because each of you have your own relevant specializations. To try and be a jack of all trades in this game is just going to lead to you being kind of incompetent. If that, because I think 50 is your starting score in that.
I think so.
Yeah, probably would have wanted to put 20 points into that rather than.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because like a 70 would give you, like, setting aside that that's a decent chance of success. And also in this game there are certain like automatic successes with certain levels of training.
Okay.
If you don't have any, if 50% is your highest skill, I would take a second pass at where you assign the 20 and make sure you got some skills that are where you're excelling in them.
I can do that.
I think that's what everyone else did too. Like, everyone doubled down on sort of their specialties and then also filled in some other areas.
Hold on a second. I'll tell you something funny. I had a hell of a week this week. Monday morning, I spilled coffee on my laptop. And unfortunately, I didn't have a compressed air with me then, but I was able, and it wasn't like the whole cup, but it was coffee in there.
Yeah. Work laptop or personal laptop?
What's that?
Work laptop or personal laptop?
Personal.
Brutal.
Yeah, but I mean, and it's like I said, I've talked about this before. I need to get a new one. No, oh my God.
Well, if you're looking for an excuse, you don't need to spill coffee on it.
Yeah, now I can really easily justify it. I cannot get that 4 unstuck.
So what you can tell is, like, obviously, I think that from the two of them, you can tell that they're definitely on edge. Something has happened probably quite recently that has led them. This is not like there's been a shooting and people are trying to recover from that, but they definitely have seen or been involved in something quite traumatic in this investigation. And I'll leave you to conclude what they may have come across or what your assumption is of what they may have come across. But if you want to get the temperature of the table, there's something that these folks have seen or experienced in the course of this investigation that has shaken both of them.
Okay.
So, sitting down, waitress will come over, ask you if you want anything. You've been driving for, you said, probably 2.5 hours, and it's probably another half hour of getting settled in and making your way over here. So, a late dinner maybe. It looks like neither of the others have touched anything, although Dr. Butler seems to be going to town on coffee. She encourages the waitress to fill up her mug once again, in spite of the late hour.
I definitely don't want to be sleeping very well long tonight, so.
Yeah.
So, let's assume that Agent Johnson, well, I guess, do you guys want to do this in character, or do you want to do this out of character? I'm fine with either. Will, this is your first time stepping into Special Agent Johnson's shoes. Do you want to do this in character to get yourself acclimatized to him, or?
Yeah, I mean, let's do that.
Okay. So then, you guys can see that Johnson has with him the same dossier the Slim dossier that you guys had been provided as well, and nothing further. When you get introductions, you learn that he is from the same, is it OISS? The sort of, not logistics, the like special skills section of the FBI that both of you come from as well. Although he's not based out of the Phoenix office. We were based from somewhere else. Who's going to make the first move to bring in Agent Johnson up to speed?
Wood says, go ahead and have a seat. He says, if you like lamb, here's some. I haven't touched it yet. It's probably good. Or you can order yourself. But you might want to eat it before you find out what we found out.
Yeah. Maybe start with the mundane before we move on to the less mundane.
Yeah. So you've read all of this, right? He looks at the dossier.
Yeah, I mean, these are kidnappings.
No, they may have been kidnappings. They apparently turned into something else. I'll let Dr. Butler explain more details in a minute. We were on our way to. Sorry, are we in the reservation or are we?
Yeah, you're staying on the reservation.
So we were going to the place just barely inside the reservation where a number of people were presumably kidnapped. They found the vehicles at the edge of the reservation, like somewhere in here, I think.
Oh.
Is that about right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were going to head that way because we figured we could start there, work our way back. I was with
I think it was near Belis.
Colorado's was his last name. Is he the sheriff here?
Or the police chief of the Apache Tribal Police.
Yeah. So he's the police chief. I was in his vehicle, and Dr. Butler was following behind, and we had planned to stop up at a ranch. The
Begays.
Yeah, the Begays Ranch. And I can't remember why. Oh, because they had some sheep that were taken. That was the main reason, yeah.
And we wanted to talk to him because, or one of his neighbors, I believe.
Okay.
That heard some stuff going on.
Yeah, so we thought that, that might be a nice thing to do on the way back. Instead, we noticed a large number of vultures or buzzards. I don't remember what they call them here. Buzzards, probably, circling overhead, and decided to go and check them out. And we found what looked like a large number of burial mounds. I can't remember how many. We didn't know that's what they were initially. We saw mounds.
No, they were uncovered. You found out.
Oh, they were uncovered. Okay. Yeah. So we found, and was each sheep separate, or were they kind of like
nope,
groups of 2 or 3?
There are 26 unearthed graves that are spread amongst the property, and then there was a mass grave for the Begays. All of them uncovered.
Okay. Yeah. So
and recently,
yes. Like, as in, and so when after we looked at those, and again, I'll let Dr. Butler give the post-mortem on this, but I went up and I talked to the neighbor, and I can't remember his name.
John Rope.
John Rope, yep. And he had not noticed any buzzards until that morning.
Worth pointing out the reason that Agent Wood was able to get Rope to talk as well, because Rope was Chief Colorado's warned Agent Wood that he may not talk to him. But what was Wood's strategy for getting Rope to talk?
Wood's strategy? Well, he says, I talk, I can't remember, would he say Apache? Apache is he says, I speak Apache fairly well, and I was able to, that apparently impressed Mr. Rope enough. Especially when he asked, especially when he suggested that I used it to spy on them. And I said, well, if I had, then I wouldn't be talking to you at it now. And so we struck up something of a rapport, I think, for that fellow. I'm not sure rapport is the right word, but he told me that he had only seen the buzzards since that morning, and therefore they had been very likely placed there overnight.
Uncovered overnight.
Uncovered overnight, right. Yeah, true enough. But he had seen no signs himself of when they arrived, how they arrived. He did hear a single coyote, or was multiple coyotes?
Rope heard coyote.
Okay.
Yeah.
Multiple.
I believe it was multiple. Yeah.
Okay. And he heard multiple coyotes that night and then in the morning the graves were uncovered. So
do you remember how they were uncovered, Agent Wood?
Yes, there were apparently coyote tracks, and the reason the coyotes were important was that we found the coyote tracks around each grave, and it looked like they had been digging them up. What was unusual, according to Colorados, was that the coyotes didn't touch the bodies. And Dr. Butler can tell you the state of the bodies, and I don't know if that would explain why the coyotes didn't take them, but that's what I remember.
I do recall that some of the bodies had recently been nibbled on by one of the buzzards or vultures, but not much, just because it's so recent. And she says, brace yourself. The bodies were exsanguinated. But what I found in the remains of the sheep is disturbing. It seems like the sheep and most likely the family died in terror from some kind of chemical manipulation of their adrenal systems. Found some necrosis in the tissues. Their cells started to die before their blood was drained, and the amygdala was the most affected, with the adrenal glands right after. Some kind of paralytic was injected into them when they suffered wounds to their hearts and lungs, and everything else was just necrotic. I looked at the substance left over in them, and I am not familiar with anything on this planet that any creature that would do something like this.
The big picture that Dr. Butler had from all those other observations was that something may have invaded the body through small perforations and then manipulated the nervous system and the glands to ensure that the humans experienced massive fear, anxiety, and depression prior to their death by exsanguination.
Yeah, she assumes it's some kind of paralytic element, so, or poison, or yeah. So, I don't think it's kidnapping. I think there's some kind of predator that we don't know about out there. And if it buries things, and it's...
Well, okay.
And he had Agent Wood looks over at Dr. Butler and says, and to be clear, you don't know any animal or creature that does this?
No. I mean, similar things, but not all at once, and certainly nothing that causes this massive of a trauma to the system to feast on blood that's been engorged with hormones, and no.
Okay, well, what buries the dead? I mean, humans bury the dead, right?
Or burn them.
Well, or burn them, but
Like
There's
you're
I was going to say there's no animal that could bury a human to that extent.
Animals, they kill to eat.
Not always. Sometimes they kill because you're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, but they leave bodies.
They don't
bury them.
Yeah, exactly. Did we
Well, I believe, and 25 sheep as well, buried in different locations too.
Yeah.
And then use the field like a burial ground.
These weren't bite marks, right? It wasn't like they had been gnawed on,
Pierced, kind of stinger-ish, or
where was that located? Was it always in the same area, or was it in different places?
the wounds pierced the heart, the lungs, the adrenal glands, and amygdala. So if they had other markings on them, they weren't what killed them.
Yeah, and just the hearts and lungs of the sheep.
Dr. Butler, do you recall, and I don't know if we checked, or if you checked that when you looked at the autopsy, if each, like, were the distances between each of them the same, like all the puncture wounds the same from each other? In other words, there were like different parts of the body. So like, was it almost like a mechanism was placed over them, or do you feel like it could have been I mean, if people were struggling, you would expect tears and whatnot around the puncture marks.
Well, whatever this was a paralytic as well. So the first time they got struck would have been, inevitable.
You're right. So very fast.
Whatever it was had time to be precise.
Right. Could you tell if the puncture wounds were made by animal or
no
a mechanism? No.
I mean, if it was something that a human invented, it's uncannily accurate where it went.
Yeah.
What did the burial marks look like in the earth? Did we see evidence of a shovel or a larger machine? Because something did this. Someone did this. Someone buried this.
The only thing, correct me if I'm wrong, Kev, but the only thing I saw was the coyote tracks.
Yeah, it was excavated seemingly by coyotes.
Yeah,
and that would really destroy any evidence of how the holes were dug in the first place.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
But also keeping in mind that Mr. Rope, who was certainly close enough to hear any large-scale disturbances, did not hear anything previous nights or see any, like any people with flashlights or things like that. So, sure, maybe he was asleep, but he seems like he's pretty in tune with what's going on his ranch and his neighbors.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm no expert with fields and excavation equipment, so I saw nothing of interest there.
Yeah, they're loud generally. I think
that's the other thing, they are loud.
Yeah.
Well, you guys may remember as well that to get up here, it was a pretty gnarly trail. Like the Butte cars would be able to get up there as well, but it was ideally in a 4x4 that you'd be heading up this trail. Bring in excavation gear up here, whether on a flatbed or driving it up itself would be a challenge.
Yes,
and you didn't see any heavy machinery here. So ranch, it's not a farm.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry. Ranch. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a mystery. And he does. Sorry, there was one other thing that just popped into my head. Was it? I think I had another note card that I didn't include here. There was somebody that I can't remember. I think it was Rope. I don't remember the name of the person he suggested, but there was somebody that he said might have some more information, but he was away in some caves conducting a ritual that's important to. Was it all of the Apache in this area, or just a specific group?
Are you talking about the folks who had gone for a religious ceremony?
Yes, that.
Yeah. Because you were asking about the coyote, because Chief Colorados had been reacting to the tracks with a little bit of concern, like not, overly superstitious or things like that, but you were able to pick up that there was something unusual.
Oh, that's right. Colorados was the one who told me about that.
Yeah.
It's
because when you were able to identify all the coyote tracks, that they disappeared, that's when it sort of... Yeah.
And so Colorado's... Yeah, I don't remember the guy's name, but...
there's 3 medicine men. Palmer Valor, William Nachise, and David Belas. Let me put them in chat for you guys.
Sure.
I mean, I know you all went to, Apache High, so you're very familiar with how the modern Apache names.
And he called it maybe not a retreat, but
yeah, it was a retreat actually. At least that's what's in the module.
Okay, 3 medicine on retreat.
That's the 3. And one thing too, apologies for rehashing this, but because we're getting back to the game after a break, and because Will's fresh to it too, just a reminder that for these kind of adventure, like investigative campaigns, the kind of gameplay loop is different from what we'd have in fantasy games or sci-fi games, where the gameplay loop is kind of you guys try and find evidence, or and then figure out what that means in the context of the bigger picture of what you're trying to figure out. See if that changes your understanding or provides answers for that, and if not, figure out where you're going to go to. Precisely, yeah.
Right, and in Colorado's, he said it was some sort of a. Did he say it was a ritual that they were planning to perform?
Yeah, not planning. They're away for one. They're away for a retreat, and they're in. Okay. He mentioned that they're at a. Let me see if the word. It is
somewhere in the. Was it in the Natanes Mountains or the Gila Mountains?
It was a couple. Let's see here, 20 kilometers. It was a mountain in just south of Lake.
Like
Takalani.
Okay.
My apologies to any Arizona natives for my pronunciation of any of the locations here.
Yes. Okay.
I should have looked it up beforehand, but
south of Takalani. Okay. Anyway, Colorados, not Dr. Colorados.
There was some. I can't remember if you guys actively discussed it or whether it was implied, but like one of the reasons he was reluctant to provide you that information, they don't want you trying to pin this stuff on
on Apache.
Yeah. Savage, quote unquote savage practices or things like that. So.
Yep. Yeah. So that's something we could look into, but he did not give me the specific location. And he said they would be back in about a week. Was that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was about a week, and then but he wasn't prepared to disturb them yet.
Yeah, and he was very vague on what exactly the retreat was intended to. What the goal of the retreat was. We did say that it was something important to. And was it the Apache as a whole, or just sort of a small group of Apache who believe in?
He didn't say.
Okay, he didn't say any of that. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's.
He did give you a handout though, and the retreat was called "Murder a Family and Bury Their Sheep Retreat." So
yeah.
I don't-
Okay, yeah. No, that means absolutely nothing. I'm sure.
probably a coincidence. It's I mean, captivating marketing, right? So
Yeah.
Anything else we're missing from last time, guys?
I don't think so.
I think they covered it.
I know you discussed sort of the potential scenarios with the whatchamacallit, with the facts you had thus far with the different victims or the missing folks. Oh, and one last thing I'll mention as well. We did talk about this last time as well, so apologies if I'm repeating something you remember already. This is a fictitious problem, right? Like this is a fact pattern that does not exist in the real world, which means there's inevitably going to be things that just don't make sense, or that are going to be, threads you could pull at that will make the thing make less sense or whatnot. I'll do my best to try and, if we get into that, gently nudge without breaking the immersion in the game. But it's worth remembering that, like, it is a fictitious scenario, so there's inevitably going to be things that be like, oh wait, why is this way? And potential red herrings that so.
Because everything makes
red herrings. We can create all the red herrings.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
We are notorious for creating red herrings. Ourselves.
The purpose of the game is
the
sort of
gazebo over there did it.
Exactly. Yeah. So, like the in the event that we go in that direction, I'm not going to blatantly tell you, this doesn't mean anything, but we'll try to keep things, so that you guys have the tools you need in order to resolve the thing, and you're not getting caught in cul-de-sacs. So, what, Agent Johnson, do you make of all of that?
That's a whole lot of it. A whole lot.
Before bed, they will need to check in with the Phoenix office and update Hobson, provide an update to Hobson. At this time, it is mostly transcribed stuff. So you're, using transcribed notes. Transcription is a big thing at the FBI right now. Or still is. And my son and I are watching the X-Files from the beginning right now. It's fucking cool seeing those early things, because the way that the Millennium Book sets up the sort of the FBI in this era is very much on display in, like, the pilot and some of those early episodes.
I always go back to Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Dale Cooper. So, Diane.
So, Agent Johnson, what's your response once you've been told all of this stuff? And I think that the stoicism with which your colleagues are describing this to you, however ludicrous or outlandish some of the fact patterns may be, these are clearly professionals who are telling you this is what happened. So I think you can safely assume that you would likely disregard any kind of skepticism you may have about, like, oh God, you misunderstood something or you misread something. You don't have any training in medicine or anything like that, do you?
I don't believe so. I think his stuff is more like we were talking about, anthropology, history.
Yeah. Okay. You could give us an anthropology check if you like.
See, I was kind of thinking that might be appropriate.
Yeah.
So just click on the skill, and
I think so, yeah.
Big fat failure.
That is a failure. All right. So and this is again why not a bad idea to put your points into things, the 20 into the things you're particularly good at. 81 would still be a failure with the 20 points, but put a tick next to the skill. The little box.
The system automatically did it.
Did it really? Oh, that's awesome.
It put a blue check mark in there.
I really love these sheets.
That was neat. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Because I was fixing to put the check in there, and there it was.
Sometimes do like the BRP sheets, like this one, the Mithras one, the Call of Cthulhu one, and the Dragonbane one. All like outstanding sheets.
Cool.
Yeah. So, you've not, I think you don't have anything on the tip of your mind to add to this, but like it tweaks you that, okay, this is an area where, which I'm not terribly familiar. I'll bet you might be able to go to, maybe not in San Carlos, but down in Peridot. You might be able to get like a book. Maybe you would here as well. I'll
tell you the funny thing, what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm using Google Maps Street View to go from Peridot to San Carlos.
Yeah.
Get an idea and a feel for where we are and what we're doing.
The images I've showed you here, the ones from the road, these are directly from Google Maps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Google Earth, technically, I guess.
Google Earth, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just...
it's awesome having that resource.
It is. It's an amazing resource.
First time we used that was with Night's Black Agents, actually. And it was so fucking cool.
Yeah, this is really good to just get an idea of where I'm coming off the highway, what I'm seeing as I go to where I'm meeting these people, and what it looks like when I get boots on the ground.
With that in mind, Agent Johnson, have you any questions for your colleagues?
I think you have any really specific questions. I mean, he's still in, I guess, and I don't know how far they are per se, but he's definitely, this sounds like a serial killer or a ritual kill in his mind. Either, an individual or a group, because we're still, the satanic panic has died down, but it's still there. The concept of, cults doing things like this, that concept is still there, and not necessarily a pure conspiracy theory.
No, you're 20 years or more distant from like Manson murders, and like 2 states over. But the trying to think of what, but serial killers is definitely part of the zeitgeist at this time. So, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, so what do we do next? We've got this information.
Quite late today, too. So, once you check in over the car phone and provide the update, there's not really much more you can do here. That you can imagine, there's a couple of street lights that are on outside, but otherwise, the night is just illuminated by the vast canopy of stars above you.
I think after we rest tonight, the important thing we should do is follow up on the other disappearance sites and see if there's any kind of tying together with what we found at the ranch. Just to clear up those loose ends.
So when you say disappearance site, what do you mean by that? Because remember, you don't know where they went missing. You know where the cars were found.
Yes. Right. We'll need to go there and look around and see if anybody can find it. Yeah. And then I think we should try to meet with this shaman guy. Because if this is something, supernatural, I want to talk to somebody who might know local myths and legends, and maybe we can unsupernaturalize this thing. And
so let me back you up here. Think of what your life thus far, Dr. Butler. This is not Dungeons and Dragons.
I know.
Do you think that the FBI's immediate thought would be, we found unusual bodies, let's talk to a shaman about this, or a priest, replace it with a Catholic priest? Or do you think you would be looking for other alternatives? Like your character, sure, you're free to play them how you want, but I want to make sure we're on the same page of where we are. We're in first act of
that's why I want to look at the other sites first to kind of rule out supernatural stuff. But if it comes down to it, she is slightly religious, so there's that little back of her mind that's tickling at her.
Okay.
But she's more irreligious Pentecostal than full-on religion, so this is bugging at the back of her mind.
Yeah. And I want to be clear too, they have not agreed to introduce you to the shamans yet. He's mentioned that there's people there too. He was very reluctant to do so.
And would make sure that Dr. Butler understands that. He says, I'm not sure how much I can push him without to get more information unless we find something that directly connects.
Yeah, my head's jumping like axe ahead versus if then this. But our first immediate thing is to figure out what happened to the others.
I tell you, it sounds like Chupacabra. That's what it sounds like.
Out of character,
yeah, exactly.
Where is?
I'm not sure Butler knows anything.
Where's New Mexico in relation to? Sorry, the Canadian is showing here. Where's New Mexico in relation to Arizona? There's a border on it.
Fairly close. Yeah.
Just to the east, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next state over.
And Arizona is east of
Southern California.
Nevada? Where's Nevada?
North.
Nevada is north of Arizona?
Yep, directly north.
Okay. I'm trying to remember.
I mean, the whole
Death Valley
thing is
borders on the two, right? On California and...
Yeah, Death Valley, it's between California and Arizona.
California and Nevada.
In Nevada, yeah. So
because there's a Jeep trail you can take that I've taken. That starts in Nevada and makes its way into California.
Yeah. And that whole Chupacabra thing, I think, is like mid to northern Mexico, all the way up to middle or north of Nevada, and then around a bit. So
I just looked up New Mexico Chupacabras, and yeah, there's a indoor football team.
That's great.
There you go. Well,
that's the first thing that popped up. Okay.
American football or soccer?
American, yeah.
I learned about Chupacabra from some Puerto Rican coworkers when I was in the military.
Oh, no kidding. Cool.
In Puerto Rico.
All right.
I know is the name. I know nothing about the mythology, but yeah, let's.
I would translate as roughly as goat sucker.
Goat sucker. That's correct. Yeah, that's correct.
So then, anything further you guys wish to discuss, or are you turning in for the evening?
I think probably turning in for the evening, although wood might. I don't know if there's like a. I would imagine there's like benches and whatnot outside. So he'd probably spend a little bit of time on one of the benches just looking up at the stars.
Sure.
If I recall, he's from Phoenix, so he probably didn't have to go too far to find night skies like this, but he probably never had the chance to, just because.
Yeah, and like desert night skies are truly unique. For sure. How does he feel? Staring up at that vast.
I think in some respects he finds it a little comforting, to be honest, which is weird. But he views it as, okay, we humans do all kinds of terrible things to each other, and there's good things too, obviously. But he's like, in the grand scheme of things, it's like we probably don't make the world worse or the universe any worse because we're just this tiny little part of it. So at the same time, he also tends to feel that he's because of that, what we do to each other here actually is far more important to us, and that we should be we need to find a way to change all the cycles that are negative in the world. But yeah, he tends to find some peace in the fact that the universe will continue on no matter what we do to each other. So,
Dr. Butler, what are you doing this evening? How do you settle in?
She is going to, a little jittery from the caffeine. Probably going to do a little bit a light walk or jog, just to settle her nerves, and then try to just pass out in the bed. She's worn out tonight.
If you do go for a jog, like imagine how dark it is when you're not under a street light too. In here. Does she have a Walkman that she wears when she's riding or running, or would you leave that behind?
No, she's paranoid enough that she doesn't let herself get distracted when she's running. I wouldn't say paranoid. Careful would be the better word. She's in an unknown area and it's dark, so she'd be keeping her ears open.
Okay.
She had an athletic score of 50, which is kind of why she leans towards more physical.
Yeah. Okay, and I mean, like, fitness is a big part of the FBI as well.
Those nerves she's got right now, it's like she doesn't know how to deal with them.
Yeah. Just looking in here. Are you guys seeing? Is human the general kind of like perception check, or is it more of an insight?
Real quick, I've got the manual up.
For those listening at home, again, it's been a while since we've run this. My apologies if I'm rusty on the rules here.
There's an alertness skill.
Human intelligence. Ooh, alertness is probably precisely what I'm looking for.
Obtains information about a subject, especially information the subject would rather conceal, through observation, conversation, or examining patterns of behavior and relationships.
Yeah, and alertness is strictly for danger. That's, I think, what I want. Dr. Butler, would you give us a... I can't remember. Does the sheet prompt you for difficulties?
It didn't when I did mine just a second ago. It just just rolled the dice.
Let me take a look and see if there may be a setting I needed to turn on for that. Well, let me just check under the cog here. No, it doesn't look like.
Okay.
General modifiers. Oh, I wonder if it's... So I think we went through this last time. Let me just check something. Yeah, it just rolls automatically. Let me try this here. Oh, there's a global modifier at the top
of the character sheet.
Yeah, that you can add. How did I set it up? Or did I set it up for...
Oh, I see that.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think at default, it's a shift button. Does that work for you guys if you hit... Yeah, general shift key. So it's like if you go out of your thing here, Doctor, I'm just going to check one thing. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're on my sheet. Okay, yeah. That's why
it's possessed. Yeah. So I'm just gonna I'll roll alertness for you and see if it's. Yeah, if you hold down Shift, and click on it, then it'll give you an option to add in modifiers. Okay. Yeah. Let me take it. I'll take that global modifier out for yours.
Nice.
Will and just have this set as do it the same, so everyone's sheet works the same way.
Sure.
Shift key. Perfect. Okay. Then, Dr. Butler, would you give us a alertness check with a plus 40 modifier, please? Nice. What? So you're running along. What is going through your mind as you're trying to burn off some of the caffeine and energy?
She's basically trying to do this to ground herself back into what's normal and physical, and not have her mind race to different ideas. So she's just thinking of home, very much trying not to think of church and how her family's doing.
So you're about maybe 10 minutes into your run, and the experience is very much, harsh, kind of not blinding light, but like light that prevents you from seeing anything else when you're running underneath it, and then utter blackness, where really you can only see the light, up ahead. Mm-hmm. You get into a bit of a rhythm of that. There's not much area you can cover here, so you're kind of having to do laps, I think, through this stuff. The town by this point has pretty much completely gone to sleep. So really, it's the sound of your breathing and the sound of your running shoes, kind of hitting the ground. You hit one turn, and we'll remember that's how far you can see once you hit those turns. You hit one turn coming around to the main street, and as you can see, there's very few light standards here. Holy smokes. This would be very, very dark at night.
Mm-hmm. I've actually been out late at night in this kind of ruralish areas where it does that. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. You turn around corner, and it's quite far up on the main highway here on San Carlos Avenue. You're running along towards the light, and what you see ahead of you, to where your next turn will be, there is something that walks into the light and very casually moves itself to being sort of in the center and looking in your direction. It's a coyote.
Hmm.
And as you're running, you realize it stops and it turns and looks directly directly at you. Maybe your eyes playing tricks on you. You may even make eye contact with it in the dark. I'd like you to give us a sanity check, please.
Any modifiers I need to?
No modifiers, no.
Yeah.
You lose 1 point of sanity.
Yep.
Now, let's quickly talk about bonds.
Yeah, this was the whole like, nope, Black Lady's not dying first in the movie. We're running.
Okay, let me just because you're not losing control. Like if you lose 5 or more, that's when you have a risk of extreme reaction, right?
The instinct is just without the sanity losses. Nope, other direction now.
Yeah. Okay, so rules of thumb.
Okay, how do I change my sanity number?
We go adapting over here.
There we go.
Resisting sanity. When an agent loses sanity, you may spend willpower to reduce the loss. The amount is always 1d4. Roll the die and reduce your willpower by that much. Now reduce a bond score by the same amount.
So roll a d4?
If you want. You don't have to do this. It's only 1, but if you do, it means that your relationship with something is going to be impacted.
I think she'll just take the sanity loss.
Okay.
I don't think it's quite got to the level where she's drawing on inner reserves yet.
Okay. And if you lose 5 or more in a single roll, that's when you lose self-control.
Gotcha.
But what do we see? This thing is probably like the distance from, say, like where this street is to where that turnoff is further ahead.
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of where you see this thing, and it stops and just turns towards you. And a coyote, if you haven't seen one, they're unusual. Like they look kind of like foxes, they look kind of like wolves, but they're somewhat in between. Like they're bigger than what you think they are, but they're not quite as big. They're rangy, and they have that kind of wild fur that like a wolf has, as opposed to like the more kind of pretty coat that a fox has.
Yeah, I see that she's jogging along there, and she sees this thing and meets his eyes almost like over the course of a split second, and then her legs kind of lock up, and she skids to a halt and starts backing up slowly, and then just.
As you're doing that, its head kind of like a dog, like a domestic dog, kind of like cocks at the side.
Yeah, that's probably where the sanity snap happens, and she just bolts the other direction, try to make back to the room.
Okay. So before we get Dr. Butler back to the motel, Agent Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
What do we see with you getting settled in here?
Well, obviously he unpacks.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Because he just got here. So he probably unpacks and then calls his mom.
Okay.
To let her know, hey, yeah, I'm here. And I'm
Hello,
okay.
Mother.
What's
Hello,
Hi,
Mother.
Mom. How are you? I'm fine.
What I was going to say before, sorry, we got distracted, which happens a lot in this game. The anthropology, your failure with anthropology, if you went to local library, local gift shop in Peridot, you may be able to find more information. Gift shops will sell all sorts of shit from, less serious kind of kid book type things up to more, more proper researched, summaries of myths and legends and things like that. So your failure from anthropology, you didn't have any ideas about Apache and coyotes in mind here, but maybe if you gain access to some local resources, you get a chance to try again.
Yeah, that may be a good idea. What is it? 5, 6, 7?
4.
It's earlier. Okay, good. Yeah, so he's got time.
No. Tonight? Oh no, it's got to be like
right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's like 10 o'clock at night now.
Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Well, yeah, worry about that later.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Dr. Butler's conducted several autopsies in the time it took you to drive out. You arrived quite late in Phoenix and then drove out for 2.5 hours, right? So, but what else? You said you talked to your mother and
just calls home, talks to mom, lets her know, he's here, and it's the desert and it's hot.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I think that's the main thing he would do.
Okay.
Like I said, he's probably bushed, honestly.
Yeah, flying into Phoenix and then driving and whatnot. Yeah. So then, Agent Wood, you're outside taking the stars, and you did see Dr. Butler leave for her run. John, describe for us what's the type of, like, when she's going out for a run, I imagine it's like a jogger's pace, of kind of like set yourself a pace and then kind of go. What's the difference for when she arrives back?
She wouldn't, I wouldn't say she would definitely have sprinted if she lost some sanity. So she's definitely sweating a lot more.
Having a hard time catching her breath, maybe.
Yeah, breathing heavily. Eyes a bit wide. You can see the whites of her eyes a lot clearer. But probably as she gets back and realizes she's not been chased, she's, toned down just a little bit.
Agent Wood, what's your human score?
Sorry, I have this open. Human is 80.
Oh, fuck. So, I mean, she comes racing in, and maybe you think, like, oh, she's just, like, ending her run like a sprint. But I think the thing that would stand out to you is when she looks over her shoulder. Right? Like, I think anyone might be kind of like, wait, what are you looking for? But with the score of human that high and also reading how she's otherwise, like, still kind of agitated, she being chased? Like, what?
Yeah, he immediately stands and pulls his gun, and it kind of keeps it to the side so she knows that he's not aiming at her. He says, "What is it?" Or yells. What? Maybe not yells, but he's trying not to wake anybody up at the moment. But he's like, if he sees her, he figures she could probably hear her. So he's like, "What is it?"
Interesting thing though, she would have been running with her firearm, her sidearm with her, and she had not drawn it.
Okay.
She kind of like she looks back and then looks, because when you go for your guns, that's probably what she's looking over to, and she gets this like kind of nervous laugh, like she's laughing at the situation and herself, but it's kind of like a high strung.
Yeah.
Coyote scared the bejesus out of me.
So he immediately reholsters and kind of walks up towards her, looking in the darkness. Looks like he wasn't really interested in you.
Walked out into the damn light and looked at me.
I can imagine as well, like in this darkened parking lot, there's light coming from your room.
Yeah.
At the edge of that is blackness. The only sound you're hearing is a little bit of wind, the crunch of the gravel parking lot underneath your feet. So your voices are very easily heard.
Yeah.
She says that they don't go into the light willingly, do they?
So he lives in Phoenix. Has he seen coyotes like on the streets at all?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. He says no. They go into the light. It's I'm from a relatively large city, and we see them all the time. They're like, I hear like turkeys out in the northeast.
Dr. Butler is not from a place where coyotes are normally seen.
Yeah. They they're basically slightly wilder dogs. You're usually pretty safe, but you may not want to go, given what we know now. Maybe running during the day might be a better idea.
Yeah, she kind of like laughs. Well, I'm a damn fool then, but I'm not running during the day. You know how hot it is out here.
Hey, came in. You're running something you weren't expecting. It's not no big deal. But yeah, Yeah, if he maybe when near dawn or something before the heat hits. So, good idea though to clear your head.
It was too much caffeine. Had to burn it off somehow.
Yep. Anyway, we do need to. I was about to head back inside, but are you all right? You good?
I'm good now.
Okay.
I will be triple bolting the door though.
He's very gentle the way he says this. Like, I don't think coyotes have hands, but sure. It's probably not a bad idea anyway. He says I'll be doing the same to mine.
As you guys are about to head inside, you do hear from somewhere a mile or so off. You hear the cry of coyotes.
Mm-hmm.
There's the brief instance of Jesus Christ under her breath, and she darts to the door.
Your sleep for Agent Johnson, I imagine, is undisturbed. The others, I'll leave it to you to decide how well you've slept.
Probably decent.
The morning comes, and I think it is probably Agent Wood. Your door is knocked on first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like what time in the morning?
Are you? Do you think your character is an early riser, or
probably?
So maybe you're up and like the pot of coffee's going. It's probably about 7 o'clock or 7:30.
Yeah,
let me think this through. Yeah, probably close to 8 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah, he probably had some, maybe not nightmares, but some disturbed thoughts at one point that he couldn't fall back to sleep in anyway, and so yeah, he's like. Says, "Hold on." He goes over to the door. I assume it has one of the things you look through. So he takes a quick peek through.
2 folks outside. One.
Okay. Yep.
Police Chief Colorado's. The other.
Yes, our old friend, Mr. Major Frank Garrett.
Frank Garrett.
He would have brought Agent Johnson up to speed on these guys too, especially Garrett. He's like, you know what? Get the chance, just talk to Colorado's. Garrett will horn in, but he's not gonna. Yeah, he's not gonna be all that helpful. Anyway, so
yeah. So what you can see is Garrett. He's seemingly like doing all he can to act as if Colorado's is not there and looking in other directions. Colorado's looks to be the one who's knocked on the door.
Yeah. Wood opens the door and says, "Good morning, gentlemen. How's everything?"
Morning.
And
it's Chief Colorado's.
Actually, pause for a second. He says hello in Apache to Colorado's, and he says, "Good morning" to Agent Garrett.
So Colorado's would kind of look over at Garrett and then very briefly and say in English, "Morning, Agent Wood. I just Major Garrett has come to my office this morning. We shared what we learned yesterday, and he has something new too." And Garrett just barks out, "We found a car."
Where?
Arizona State Police helicopters. I sent them out to survey the area. And he brings, nods to sort of Colorado's. Colorado's brings out what looks to be a printout. And just from where this is located, let me bring you over to the local map. They located a buried vehicle.
Buried?
Yeah, the hood of a buried vehicle right around, let's see here, right around here, which is about 2.5 kilometers southeast of the Begay Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
It is just a roof of a vehicle.
They haven't dug it up yet.
Have not investigated. They intend on doing so now. Garrett just arrived with this information.
All right.
That is something, guys, to contemplate.
I think that's
session break.
All right.
So, for those listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Hey, John. There is a street in San Carlos called Tonto Street. I can't decide if that's really offensive or if that is actual something else, but that's just wild. I saw it and I was like, you got to be kidding me.
I'm sure they named it for that way for a reason.
Yeah, I guess.
What's that, guys?
There's a street in San Carlos called Tonto Street.
Tonto?
Tonto.
Okay.
The Lone Ranger.
Oh, Tonto Street.
Tonto. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Huh.
I know, and I was like, I don't know if that's offensive or if that was deliberate or what.
I mean, it's tribal land, so I imagine they would have control over naming.
That's me. I'm like, it's tribal. There's a reason behind it.
They have control over naming what they want to name them. And
that was my first gut instinct. I was like, wait a minute, what?
And honestly, I had no idea how the name Tonto was selected for the Lone Ranger anyway, right?
Yeah,
like whether that was they got it correct or not, or whether there's any effort put in.
Yeah.
I do not know. Okay, we're all back. Man, these sessions fucking fly by. Holy smokes.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, that was pretty quick, honestly.
Yeah. Hey, everybody in chat. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your weekend. So, what you have found is a location, or what they've uncovered is a location. I will assume that the rest of you are all, given time to get yourself up and ready, and you'll meet up at the kind of small station. Major Garrett, he's really like he'll answer any questions that you have, but he seems to be eager to get back on the road.
And I assume he's given my hint that he's not exactly happy to have to share this information with us. Or does he seem like he's actually glad for the help?
Yeah, let's give a check for us, please, a human check. Just because I think there might be more. There's gonna be a baseline stuff you're gonna know from it, but like there may be.
Okay, one sec. Why is my sheet not up? Okay, there it is.
I, for one, blame the marshal.
Yep.
Handler, not marshal. Handler.
Oh wait. Sorry, I saw failure. I was like, what?
Yeah. So.
Okay.
You guys are so good at that. I am not.
Yes.
He is. Garrett, for all his kind of, passive aggressive bigotry and his brushness and whatnot, does take, like, there's no reason he had to have the aerial surveillance done, nor to rush it out as soon as he got it, and yet he did.
Okay.
So there, whatever other things he may be, it does appear that, like, having gained access to this information, knowing there is an ongoing investigation, even though it's in tribal lands, he has rushed to bring it out.
Okay.
And so he himself, not like just by, sending a flunky or whatever. So I don't know what you make of that, but I think that with a successful human role like that, like there's.
So he's I guess I would view it as he has a certain professionalism and he actually cares about getting the job done right. So.
Yeah.
At least that would be his reaction to that.
I hear that Arizona Stadies are kind of like ogres and onions.
Yeah. So.
You guys are brought up to speed with this as well. Several kilometers. Did I set the proper distance on here? I did. Madison, what the fuck? Look at that. Okay, so
not allowed to be competent.
Look at that. Oh my, I know, because you're setting the fucking standard too high. My goodness.
Right.
So it is north of Belas here. So it's around here. So you're talking about maybe a little more than an hour, because you'll be off road as well.
Yeah.
Right. So
quick question to catch up with us. So when we found the bodies in the mass grave, were those all of the people who
kind of a good game? Summary starts with, so when we found the mass grave of bodies.
Yeah.
Sorry, Robert, go ahead.
Yeah. Were those all of the bodies that we knew had been kidnapped or taken?
No, they were just. John's got the answer, I think.
Yeah, that was just the family of the missing ranchers.
The Begays.
Yeah, the gays. Yeah.
Okay.
So we know what happened to at least one of the groups of people.
Okay. We don't know what happened to the rest. Okay, got it. Okay.
Buried car. That's a whole nother level.
Yeah. The other vehicles. I mean, that's how we knew they were missing, right? Or they found the vehicles. So.
And this one, from the aerial surveillance at least, it is the roof that is exposed. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Wood's ready to go pretty much already. He was getting ready to,
Same.
Yeah. So.
Have you any questions, guys, of Major Garrett, or is he able to head back?
No, he can head back. Yeah.
And
We are through with you, NPC.
Sheriff Colorados, or Chief Colorados, will travel with you as well. You now have 2 Bureau cars. Do you wish to split among yours and have the Chief take a separate Bronco, or does anyone want to ride with the Chief and take one other vehicle? What are you thinking, guys? Going to be some rough driving to get to wherever this is, but I mean, this vehicle, whatever is buried out there, was able to get out there, so you're probably going to be able to get out there.
I assume the Bronco can't fit all of us, and probably...
There's only 3 of you today, so yeah, good.
Yeah. Yes, Wood asks Colorado's, do you mind? Can we all pile in, or do you prefer to be...
All right. We can fit all of you, but... and he kind of looks at the back seat, and the back seat is secured the same way a police vehicle's back seat would be. So,
yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
he may have to leave.
Yeah,
but if we take another, one of our vehicles, we'll still be able to get all of us back.
Yeah.
Why don't we?
Your shotgun's also in the trunk. On the vehicle, whereas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was going to say that. Hold up, the. Yeah, the Bureau car. It's got the whatchamacallit in it. The car. Trying to see here. I think I don't know if vests are as common in this time. I thought I remember reading something about that, where nowadays the FBI is going to be deployed with ballistic vests on. And I don't know.
I think that would probably be in the trunk too, but I could be wrong.
The thing is, I don't think they're like what I remember reading in the Feds of the '90s thing is that it's actually not.
Is it not? Okay, I knew they wouldn't be wearing them.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, if the agent's going to make an arrest, a shotgun or a light rifle could be found in the trunk of the car. I'll take a look at that between now and next session. It's not going to be important, I think, for the next hour. I don't think. If I'm going to shoot you, I'm going to shoot for the head anyway. So, yeah.
Our hand there doesn't miss.
So, it is about an hour's drive out there. Who's traveling with Chief Colorados? So you again, Wood?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, they got a rapport going on, so.
Yep. Yeah.
So that leaves Dr. Butler and Agent Johnson to be alone in the vehicle. Anything you guys discuss? It's your first time just being the 2 of you in the drive out?
I think he tried. I think Johnson, just not necessarily chit chat, but tries to find out a little bit more about her. You know, how did you get involved?
Yep.
With this mission or overall?
Both, but really overall.
Well, I'm fairly skilled with my medical expertise. Called in a few cases to help assist in autopsies and things like that, and it's pretty handy on the field work. So it's a natural, evolution of my career. And the moving around is pretty good. It keeps me from stagnating at home.
Okay.
But mostly, she pulls out her tape recorder, which she keeps most of her notes on when she's in the field, because it's damn hard writing things down in the car, as we all know. So she said, I take my notes on these things, and I've got most of the autopsy recorded if you want to listen to it.
Yeah, let's do that while we're just driving out here. That might give me a little more information to work with.
That would be the, we would have the diegetic sound of the report playing in the scene as we cut outside the vehicle and see you guys lone and, traveling along the highway, trailing behind Colorado's Apache Tribal Police Bronco.
This would be probably the point where it says trigger warnings pop up.
Yeah. So with that said, it is about maybe 45 minutes on the highway till you reach sort of where the trail turns off, and it is there is an actual kind of side road that leads up to fairly close to where this is, but then it is sort of across a field to get to where the exposed roof is. And it's only 1 kilometer north of Route 70 and south of the Big A Ranch, so it's probably around, I guess, there. I suppose you'd have to sort of wind around the Gila River, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what's the plan as you guys are coming up? Once the Colorado's spot, I guess, Wood, is there anything you want to discuss with Colorado's while you're traveling?
Not really. I think he just.
So, what do you like to do?
No. I do think he would ask, have you? Is this? He's kind of laughing a little bit. He's like, definitely the case for me. Is this the craziest thing you've seen so far as a sheriff in this region? Or chief? Yeah.
Nods and so far.
So far. The day's young, right?
He looks over at you. He's got those mirrored shades on as well.
Yeah.
So, and looks back.
Yeah.
Once you spot the roof, he stops about 200 feet away, and then you guys can see that he's through the dust and whatnot. He's brought the Bronco to a stop. So you guys stop, pull out. It is truly in the middle of nowhere. And I think, is this the one I want to use?
Is it visible from the road, or did we had to go off road to get?
Yeah, it's off road. It's on the other side of the Gila River too. At this point,
okay.
So let's use this. I don't think. Here we go. Guys, I tried to erase something using a measuring tool, so no one else needs to do that today. Okay. So you all step out. You can hear that kind of tick, 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 tick of the engine. There's the buzz of insects. There's the breeze and the heat. And you can see up ahead, there is the exposed white roof of a vehicle. And even from here, Agent Wood, because you were the one who spotted it before, you can see there's a number of animal prints all around the side of here.
Huh. Okay. And does it look like they dug this up?
Yep.
And I can't remember when they talked about coyotes. Did they people we talked to, Rope and Colorado's, did they seem to have like a negative connotation in there, or were they more of a positive? Okay, great, because they're kind of scavengers, and all right.
Yeah,
so,
bringers of disease and tricksters.
Yeah.
So you can see, if you don't vocalize it, I think Colorado's says again.
Yeah.
Coyotes.
Yeah, and do we see the same thing where it's like they kind of appear out of nowhere and then just disappear? Or
you haven't followed the trail from where you are, but from where you can see, most of them are around this thing. And it would have, again, like in the same way that like uncovering that mass grave and all the other things too, it's crazy to think how much work it would have been for even a number of animals to dig out the entire roof of this, because it's buried probably under about at least a half foot of desert soil.
Yeah. It looks over Colorado's. He said, I mean, I've seen coyotes. I've never seen them dig up. I mean, I could understand them digging up a body, but a vehicle, of course, it might be something in it, which we need to check out. So he walks over to it.
To the vehicle?
To the vehicle.
Okay.
Walks and basically kind of walks around it. And
so 200 feet away, so you're going to have time. Dr. Butler and Agent Johnson, you'll have plenty of time to see Wood is making his way over towards there if you wish to join him.
Yeah, for sure.
He's walking slowly. I mean, it's in the morning, so he's got time.
Okay.
But he's...
when you reach there, what you can see is that while the roof has been exposed, it hasn't even been dug down to where the windows are yet.
He tries to find one coyote track and like follow it as far as it'll go. And I can't remember how far it was with the mass graves. The mass grave, how far it went before it just disappeared. So he's trying to walk about that far to see if the same thing happens here.
What is better for you, search or survival?
Let me check. Search or survival? Probably neither, but yeah. I don't think he's that big of those. Search is a 40.
Search is a 40. Because you know what you're looking for, why don't you do a search with plus 20? So remember, hit shift before you click on the button.
Plus 9, okay.
Pretty decent at searching too, if you need some assistance.
Sure.
Okay. So you follow it, Agent Wood, and as was the case before, while it looks like there's a pack of these things, just judging on how many footprints or how many paw prints there are around the vehicle.
Yeah.
When you follow it for a distance of about maybe 70 feet, the single trail leading away from here then just vanishes.
Yeah, and there's no other tracks that go further than that. Okay.
Don't like that.
Yeah, he walks back, and Dr. Butler came with. He says, "Well, this is, it's a piece of the puzzle. Don't know where it fits."
Chief Colorado says, "I've arranged for an excavator to be brought out, but it won't be here for several hours."
Sure. Wood, just out of curiosity, bangs on the roof of the car. He doesn't know like how long it's been in there. He says, "We don't know when this was buried." He bangs and sees if anybody responds. No. Okay. Some coyotes. All right. Says, "Well, I don't think we're likely to do any better than however many coyotes this was and get anywhere. We could wait for the excavator." Does the ground look soft enough that we could make any progress on it?
A shovel. Chief Colorado's will have one. Jeeps get stuck inside of that. So
yeah. Let's just go down the driver's side.
Yeah, I'll tell them what I can. Like, we need to make sure we keep as much intact so I can take a look at it as we get down there. So.
So, with some, tell me how are you thinking of approaching this?
We either see if we can go for the back window or the front window. Back window probably because it's not laminated glass. We could probably get through the car if we get the back window open. One of us could squeeze in there and see what's in there.
What do you mean by back window? Do you mean like the window at the back of the vehicle? Or?
Yeah, the rear window.
Okay. So you're going to excavate back there?
I think that'd be the best spot. Unless anybody else has any other ideas.
Yeah.
Cars tend to be front heavy, so if it's like they sink in mud or something, it's the front that goes down first. So
this
back.
one, it's perfectly level.
Yeah.
That is so unusual.
Yeah.
We could just dig out right near the. But if it's at the roof, we don't have to go down far to look into the driver's side.
Yeah.
Maybe do that first. That if there's a reason why we need to go in through the.
Well, the reason Butler suggests is if the driver's side's occupied, somebody's going to be, if it's getting into it, you're going to squeeze past a body. The back windshield's probably the most open and roomy.
Right. Well, we can see if they were taken first, right? And that if they, Why don't we do a 1-2? We check the driver's side first. That'll probably be the quickest, and then if there's reason that we need to get in the car before the excavator comes, we can use your method. Going in through the back.
Well, she claps you on the back, is like, have fun digging.
He starts.
Okay. It's not long. You put your back into it, and it's probably, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes to excavate a big enough and stable enough hole to really kind of, push on the windshield, shine a light in there too. And what you can see through the, dirt-covered window, there appears to be someone sitting in the driver's seat. You can't quite make out. They are adult-sized, but other than that, you can't really make out any details.
Yeah, and of course everybody sees that.
Is it like because it's fogged up on the inside, or like dirt and stuff caked on the window?
It's because the dirt, the scratches, like this desert dirt is pretty harsh, so it's gonna abrade abrase the window.
Well, because I'm okay with trying to break in. Do we so 30-40 minutes? You said the excavator wouldn't be here until the afternoon.
Yeah, at least.
All right. So yeah, let's use your method again in the car.
Yeah.
And he says, here, you can shovel a bit too.
Grab the shovel and roll up my sleeves and get going. Just trying to see if there's any skills I possess with no archaeology at all. Okay, so
I mean, if it looks like she's laboring at any point,
if she's got a 15 athletics. She's pretty endurancey.
Okay, that's even more than me. I've got a 50 strength, but
your stats will also inform that stuff, right?
Yeah,
on 10, strength 10, you're about average.
Oh, sorry.
You're sporty, Dr. Butler, but in Agent Wood, likewise 10-10. So
how about Johnson? Does he look beefy?
No.
We're federal agents. We're not sports athletes.
Yeah, true enough.
I think the toughest, physically, is probably Agent Turner. Turner's got a 13 Constitution.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember he was the muscle, as it were.
Yeah. So you go to work on the back, and excavating the back probably takes a little bit longer in order to get the area exposed, but you're able to get the back window, which is still intact as well, exposed. If you kind of clear out the window and peek in, shine your light in as best you can, it does not appear to be anyone in the back seat, no one in the passenger seat. The only person in this vehicle appears to be the person sitting in the front seat. They have not moved since looking in. You also can see some weird side light diffusion too, because you've uncovered the
that was actually a good idea. Now we don't need a hard light source. So Dr. Butler's going to pull out her tape recorder and turn it on and start describing what she sees, and then leave it running as she gets ready to crack the back window open and crawl in.
Real smash the window, right?
Well, real quick before we do that, is there any
any note we want to leave for Jaden's character when he shows up and finds all you dead? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any?
Face first by the zombie inside the car.
I'm just thinking, is this breaking any sort of normal procedure? Would we consider that there might be evidence that we might destroy?
That's why Butler's recording.
Yeah. I guess.
The reason for emergency entry, I'm going to get this wrong because I don't, I'm a Canadian lawyer, not a U.S. lawyer, but just judging from whatchamacallit, from Breaking Bad. Because there's a discussion of search, whether you can search an abandoned vehicle. If someone seems to be in distress, I think you've got the right of entry then. In Canadian law, like if there's a reason for entering a vehicle or entering, like to basically affect a search, if there's proximate cause for that, then you can go in. Proximate cause, is that what it's called? No, it's not called proximate cause. It's called
reasonable suspicion or something.
Yes, it's something like that. Like there's a reasonable suspicion. There's two different terms that are used. I'm not a criminal lawyer, so like,
I mean, the person's obviously dead, right? That's
just it. Like I don't think there's not like an emergency there. So it's just, I think it really just comes down to a question of whether you think by breaking it open, you're going to disturb the evidence, and whether waiting until you can excavate the entire vehicle is going to preserve any evidence that would be there.
I think the excavator is going to do more damage than we are.
Probably. Yeah. You know, this is unusual enough. Wood's okay with finding out more information faster.
And I figure with my 70 forensics, I'll know what to touch and what not to touch.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. So where is everybody? Dr. Butler's at the back. Presume you've got like crowbar or something from Chief Colorado's.
Wood wants to just kind of keep an eye on the area, and just see if there's anything not unusual. He's just, for one, he's probably subconsciously looking for coyotes, see if any happen to be in the area. But out
of character, like John knows this is a really bad idea. In characters, like just break it open and see what's in there.
Yeah.
No, and it's not. You know, like the other downside is like, what do you gain by waiting? Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, as far
heat
as
stroke, we gain heat stroke.
There's probably gonna be sweltering in there too.
Yeah.
Well, how deep the Earth could be cooler, and
it's a white. It's relatively early in the morning. It was a white hood, so probably not overly hot.
Stuffy then.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Butler's in the excavated thing at the window, ready to break it open. Agent Wood is standing a little further back, looking around. Oh, what are you doing, Agent Johnson?
I think he's at the front, actually, and he's really obsessed with this. How did this thing get in here?
Yeah,
that's where his mind is. He's looking at the ground.
Agent Johnson, you give us a search check if you like.
Sure. It will be terrible, but I will do it.
But if you fail, you get to add. There you go. Yep. So it's marked your fail. Just remember, at the end of the session, you get to add 1d4 to every skill you failed on. So you're looking around and like, what do you make of all this fucking, like, you heard yesterday about these coyotes excavating things, and like, fair enough, like these people weren't lying to you, but seeing it here, that what seems to be a single coyote excavated the entire roof here, and there's nothing else around.
That was a single coyote. Okay, I thought there were multiple tracks.
Well, there's multiple tracks around, but you only found a single set of tracks leading away.
Okay, and it was like that at all the other places.
It was.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. What do you make of that, Johnson?
I mean, it's almost as if the ground had turned to liquid and then re-solidified. And that's fucking weird as shit.
That's why I was looking at the archaeology. Like, I wouldn't even know a difference between that or not. So
okay.
I wouldn't be science geology. I don't have that.
Then, Doctor, where is Sean's character from our Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay campaign? He's got geology and continually suggests it as a way of like, well, can I use geology? Like, no, you cannot use geology to find out the gangs that are active in the city. So,
hey, I've got heavy machinery.
Exactly. But Dr. Butler, describe for us how you're breaking that window.
She's always wanted to take a crowbar to something, so just eagerly just crack it open.
It is, I'll say I've had one time in my adult life where I've had to bust a door down Super fucking fun.
Yes, it is.
It is very fun to do.
Have any of you guys gone to a rage room? Sorry, got out
No, I
of
haven't.
No.
Have you heard of that, Kev?
I have, yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was actually a lot of fun. We all went down and
I bet cathartic. Yeah.
Yeah. They have, like there was like this giant. It was like a wardrobe or something that I got to bust open, and the kids, destroying computers and things like that. So,
Yeah. I
Anyway.
only rarely get to go to a firing range, and it's a similar thing for me there because it's not a usual thing.
Yeah.
It's a big adrenaline kick. It's a big Yeah. I get it. So, Dr. Butler, you smash the window open, and immediately what I'd like you to do is give us a Constitution roll.
Yeah, see how much we gag.
Yeah.
That smelled worse.
Yeah. You know what? You may even have thought to put the anticipating it's going to be there. You put the kind of whatever it is, the smell stuff underneath your nose, break it open. Wood, you're going to catch a whiff of that from where you are.
Yeah.
As well as in holy fuck, it is definitely the stink of a desiccated corpse. And it's got that, it's that stink that's going to be in your nose for a week afterwards, and you're going to keep having it come back every now and then as well.
Would it be too much to assume that this has been here longer than the other bodies based on the smell?
I think just on the thing, yeah, definitely. You don't need to make a roll for this as well.
So this isn't a new thing. This
we're talking
before.
Somewhere between 1 to 2 months. This body would be down here.
But also the others were exsanguinated, which, as you said,
slow decay process. Yeah.
Slow decay. So
yeah.
So this one probably not, but we'll find out.
Cool. So you have the thing broken open now.
She is going to let it air out per se before she crawls in there, because there's probably rank air that needs to cycle out of there.
Yeah.
And then she'll it'll be tough because there's no cross breeze, right? If you want to break the driver's side door, then you got a place for air to go in and go out. Otherwise it's just like a cave.
She'll take the crowbar and slide it across the roof over towards Johnson and say, hey, crack that window.
Yeah, sure.
Hold your breath and back away.
So if you do the same thing, Johnson, why don't you give us a Constitution check at plus 20?
All right, so shift, con, and it's a drop down. Wonderful.
See if the new guy can handle this.
Yeah. Would you also give us a because breaking the window, you're now going to have also a better, clearer view on what's in here. Give us maybe a search check.
Okay.
At maybe plus 20 as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, just
I mean, it's a it's a body. 1 to 2 months desiccated. It's been in there. There looks to be it's a lot more pale than you would expect. Agent Johnson. There's a fair bit of blood stains on the clothes on this thing, but not any obvious kind of any obvious exsanguinations or lacerations that would be bleeding out or whatnot. And then you get a glimpse of what's in its lap. And first, I'd like you to give us a sanity check, please.
And that's just rolling where it says sanity points, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
No problem. So you lose nothing from this. What you can see is that it appears that his intestines have been spilled out into his lap and on the front seat.
Okay.
Well,
but again, not as much blood as what you would expect.
Mm-hmm.
Just from the clothing, you would guess male.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you guys wish to do? You have plenty of time before the excavator gets here. Do you wish to do anything else, or are you waiting for...
Well, Butler's going to start getting in there and seeing what she can see. Talking on the recorder as she goes.
Yeah. It will be, like, assuming you're just going to be doing it through the busted window for now, what you would be able to identify without making a roll is that there's a large hole that's been sliced in the belly that allows the intestines to come out.
Mm-hmm.
But again, there's almost no blood here.
I'm looking in to see like any kind of like puncture marks elsewhere in the body, like for the amygdala and the lungs and the heart.
You're going to have to wait until you excavate in order to do that. You're not going to be able to do that properly. And I think you would know as well, you would be disturbing whatever other forensic stuff is down here by doing so.
Oh, yeah, I meant just by looking, like eyes only.
Eyes only, no, like from where it's sitting, you cannot.
And then like any kind of entry point into the car, because how'd the thing get in here to get him at the wheel?
Yeah.
If something got him.
Nothing.
I mean, all the windows are...
Again, like you've got only like one window, one back thing that is excavated.
Oh, I mean, she's partially crawling through the window and to look around.
I think of what you're doing. You're suggesting. Imagine you as an adult climbing in past a window from this corpse. Like, you're going to be disturbing the corpse. You're going to be disturbing whatever other possibilities there are.
Yeah.
You have broken 2 windows, which could conceivably have had fingerprints on them. So,
This is true. Can we?
The back of her mind, she's not worried about fingerprints, but I can see the logic in that.
Yeah.
What's your forensic score again?
70.
Yeah, you definitely would have been aware, like, it's a crime scene, so...
Well, yeah, I mean, but the way the thing's developing, she's like, if this was a coyote thing, I don't think there's going to be fingerprints to find anyway.
Yeah.
That's why she was looking for, like, how something got into the vehicle to kill him.
Yep.
Okay. So maybe Dr. Butler suggests that of kind of climbing in there. What do the other agents think?
I don't think we're in too much of a rush now at the moment. We'll find out a lot more information when this thing's excavated. What I want to know is whether or not this person locked the doors. But again, we can find that out when the excavator's here.
The door is locked.
Okay.
What about the hands? Are they on the steering wheel or not?
Kind of sitting near the side.
Okay, so they're just kind of laying there. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd imagine something slices your belly open, you're trying to hold it in, and then you got hands fall to the side.
Well, I was thinking, I guess, with the paralytic thing, I mean, I'm like, did this happen very quickly?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then just to clarify, I've only done autopsies on the sheep, not on humans yet. So...
my thoughts are...
No, that's not right, John, because all the information you learned about the humans, you've done the humans.
I thought we were just looking at the sheep.
No, I think you did it the other way, actually. That's what I remembered. I remembered you looking at the humans.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I was just thinking, you're talking about a paralytic.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, there's 2 options. Either they were killed and put in the vehicle, or they were in the vehicle when they were killed.
Yeah.
That's it. That's your only 2 options.
Mm-hmm.
And then the question becomes, where is the vehicle during all this?
Yeah.
How did it get buried? That's
Thank you.
creepy.
Thank you. Hello.
Yeah.
What if we could lean on the expertise of the excavator when they get here? Because, somebody who runs the machine is going to know dirt in the area pretty well.
Yeah.
If it's easier to dig through than normal for this area, we might ask them questions like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so even Coloradus might be, if you're talking about that out loud, Coloradus can say, like, yeah, like the dirt's not, there's very little that holds the dirt together here. So, someone determined enough could dig a big enough hole and get this in there, but then you're covering up everything. And he looks around, he's like, how did I get here?
Do
we see any other lumps of dirt that don't belong?
Give us a search check at plus 20, Dr. Butler.
Okay.
You're the only one who hasn't had a kind of a look around. Nice roll.
Nice.
So you're looking back, and it appears like you can see the tracks that you guys have driven out in your vehicle, the Bronco, and from the direction that the driver's side is, or like the front of the vehicle is facing and where the back is, it seems like this came here the same direction that you guys did. And if you go back further enough, I think, Dr. Butler, you are able to see where there are some tracks of another vehicle, not your vehicle, not the Apache Bronco. Someone drove it out here. And actually, in the 200-foot stretch that you've got, you'd be able to find other tracks. Most of them have been covered over, strangely, at least for the first, 100 feet or so. But definitely heading back in the direction, you're able to identify some tracks that are separate from the path that you guys took. So someone drove it out here, dug a pit, and then buried it. If you ask Agent Johnson, if you're thinking out loud about sinkholes and stuff, he's like, there's not, I'm not aware of any out here. There's some mining in the area from like way back, and there's caves here, but cave-ins that only bury something in dirt. Yeah, I've never heard of that happening.
Yeah, and the car's perfectly level almost, so.
Yeah, like it's not like someone dug a pit and then drove it in to have it fall down. They dug a big enough area for it to be driven into and then covered up. Now, none of the other disappearances on Devil's Highway have had that kind of outcome for the vehicle. You found the vehicle, but the passengers have been missing. But I guess it opens the question of, are there other missing vehicles that were buried, or is this unique?
Or did they just get careless? Or the first time they planned it very carefully, and then for whatever reason they've gotten more impatient or more...
or to come to the conclusion it's too much work to bury a car.
Yeah.
You keep doing it, going to be a serial killer.
I mean, I don't know how many ditches you guys have dug, but I have dug some ditches in my day. Burying a car? Holy shit. I mean, time. Yeah. If one person, tremendous amount of effort and time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then piling it back on top. And that's the other thing, displacement.
Yeah, the displaced dirt.
Yeah.
Where is the displaced dirt?
And if they've managed to like smooth it out across a large area, that's a huge amount of work too.
Yeah, and you'd either have to take it with you, or you would have to do a whole lot of leveling, and like you said, gradation in the surrounding area. A whole lot.
They brought a dump truck, but that's.
Yeah, Wood keeps thinking about the coyotes. Kind of says, and why are they digging it up? It's like, he's like, they're revealing the evidence. He pauses for a moment. He looks at Dr. Butler. He says, you saw the coyote? It seemed to pause and look at you. I mean, that's not unusual. Coyotes, like I said, we see them all over the place, but it feels like they are connected in a way that we don't understand yet.
Or
at least one is. And he says, which is the other weird thing. There's one here.
Don't canines have notoriously bad eyesight after a certain amount of distance?
It depends.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to get anthropological on you.
Yeah.
A coyote is a very significant figure in Apache mythology.
Yeah.
And I don't have.
Plus, it smells. I mean, it's a dog. It has a good sense of smell, basically. So it's smelling something and possibly investigating, and then going, you know what? No.
Yeah, but just one doing all this, yeah. Some connection we haven't seen yet, or that we don't know yet. He looks over at Colorado, so he says, is there anything in mythology about not mythology, in your folks, not folks here, legends or whatnot about coyotes helping? You say they're like, I know they're tricksters, I know they're and whatnot, but
he kind of shrugs and he says, "Coyote. The stories I heard growing up, coyotes, different things at different times. One creator of the earth, other slayer of monsters, other teacher of skills and customs, others a blundering fool, sometimes a victim of their own foolishness, and others a gross and deceitful prankster." He's, and he kind of shrugs, he's us. Unpredictable, capricious. That's why we're wary of Coyote. Coyote is unpredictable.
Interesting. This one certainly. Well, although it does seem to like to dig up things that others want to stay lost. And the way he says that, he pauses for a moment and thinks, because, you know, maybe when he says this one, he suddenly realizes he's thinking of this as one coyote having done both.
Yeah. And he says, "Coyote, with this, whatever it is, why is it showing us this?"
Says, I know you said that they're not back for a week. Is there any way, even if we should not go to see them, is there any way they can be contacted by someone else with the information we found? And when he says they, he says, "You're medicine men." I don't know that it's important. The fact is that he's not letting himself imagine this as anything supernatural at the moment, but he's like but he does actually believe, I think, that it is just one coyote, which makes no sense. And so he's a little bit flailing, but he's like,
yeah. Give us a persuade check at plus 20. 20.
All right. Persuade. I'm at 60, so that should be good. Overshift plus 20.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep.
He shifts from English into Apache and says to you, "I'll drive up tomorrow morning. Maybe tonight. Once the excavator gets here, I can leave this to you, you and your colleagues."
Mm-hmm. Most appreciated. Do you, I mean, given everything that's going around here, do you think that I'm happy to come up and stay in the vehicle? But I know you probably don't want me to know where this place is.
He points at this. He says, "Whatever this is different from what we found. You do your work here. Mm-hmm. I'll go and speak to them."
Sure. Thank you. He relates that to Dr. Butler and Agent Johnson. He's going to he'll find a way to talk to the people who might know more about this.
So, you're gonna have a couple of hours to kill here, guys. Anything you wish to do while you're waiting for the excavator?
Do our vehicles have AC?
They do.
Yeah.
But I think if you're cranking the AC with a running vehicle standing in this heat, you run the risk of overheating your engine.
Yeah. There's no shade anywhere.
No.
He looks up. He's like, we need to invest in some hats.
Then, unless there's anything else you guys wish to do or discuss, the excavator arrives late afternoon, and it's one of those like little backhoes that's gonna do the it's gonna take a little while for you to get going. As soon as he arrives,
did it bring anything big enough to like haul the car out?
Not yet, no.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out.
We're gonna have to dig out the car and then dig a ramp out so we can.
Yeah.
But I think Butler's starting to get antsy, wanting to look at the inside the vehicle without disturbing too much. And
sure, it's going to be several hours project. It'll be like when you're finally able to get a view of the, you've excavated enough to be able to get around the side of the car. One of the last things that's exposed is the license plate.
Yeah, that was what I was wondering.
Which is a Texas plate.
Okay.
Two states over.
Let's see, where is that?
And it is dark when they finally excavated enough to be able to clear a path for the vehicle to be dragged out and for you guys to get down comfortably to open doors and things like that. I assume you've got do you have it? I see you've got your flashlights for now, guys.
Let's see.
So you don't have a forensic kit or forensic scene lights or anything like that.
Yeah. Pistol.
Although, you know what? I think Colorado's may send that out for you. They probably have at least something like that.
I got a small evidence collection kit on me.
Yeah, which is not what I'm talking about. The lighting is the thing.
I got a tactical light. You had that on our sheet.
Yeah, like I said, you got flashlights. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're talking about on a stand.
Exactly. It's kind of propped up to be able to.
Not like arc lights or whatever they call them in Hollywood, but
no. And I truthfully don't know what they're called, but
I can't remember the name either, Kevin.
Yeah.
Floodlights.
Yeah, basically like a floodlight.
Kind of like a floodlight.
That's
yeah.
Really, what they are.
Yep.
So you got one or two of them that have been sent out from the tribal police office. They're going to be set up for you just at the end of day. One of Sheriff Colorado's deputies has come out to join you, but leaving the investigation to you. Clearly, he's been instructed to sort of keep a distance, let you guys check. Forensics, Dr. Butler.
Yes.
Would you care to give us a forensics check?
Can do.
Because of your patience and your time checking for inside, Doctor, there are 2 sets of fingerprints inside this vehicle.
Okay. Those are going into the collection kit immediately.
You were also able to recover from the body a driver's license. This license, at least, belongs to someone named Kenneth Braverman of Houston, Texas. And if you check the car's registration, the registration is also in Braverman's name.
All right, so now I'm going to have to call the Houston office.
What you can tell now from a closer inspection is that likely it's the massive abdominal trauma that killed him. But, and this is unusual too, Doctor. The corpse is mostly devoid of blood. There still is some that remains. But someone has removed the lungs.
And the other bodies were completely exsanguinated, right? It's okay.
Almost entirely, yeah.
Yeah.
From inside this vehicle, Doctor, you've done your share of autopsies, and you've seen your fair share of crime scenes. While there are bloodstains in the car and on his clothes, there's nowhere near enough for these injuries.
Pointed question on the lungs being removed. Is it possible in this setting to see whether they were surgically removed, or like very carefully, or just torn out?
Ripped.
Give us this is not to say you're not going to be able to uncover this, but for now, take a minus 20 medicine check.
Medicine. Ooh, okay. Oh, shoot. I would have failed. It's by 4 points.
Okay. And critical.
I forgot to hold shift.
Critical fail as well. I'm trying to remember. This game does that thing that whatchamacallit, Warhammer Fantasy does with doubles being criticals.
Sanity.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you're potentially. Yeah, just something here. Let's see. Jacks. Here we go.
Gotta remember to hold shift.
Yeah, it's an unusual interface for the game for sure.
It's a smart idea, though, in my mind.
I love it. Yeah,
That's a smart idea.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Catastrophic circumstances. I think
the lungs.
why don't you roll 1d6 for us?
Okay. 2, 4.
Okay. You're going to lose 4 willpower points.
Ooh.
And the reason is, I think you're just, like when you start a task and you're just like, I can almost do it. Like, let me just get in there, and you sort of force yourself in so much, and you cannot find the fucking answer to this, that it's just stressing the fuck out of you. And it is not an ideal circumstance to be doing that stuff. It's an awkward angle you're probably looking at, and the smell, even in spite of your whatever that shit is just fucking horrific, where you finally kind of realize, ugh. And by fussing around, you may not, because it's a critical fail, you may have ruined your chances at doing it because you were sort of trying to get a good look at the whatever is attached to
is going to eat at her, because knowing if they were surgically removed, it wasn't done in this position, it was done elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's just going to draw at her the whole time.
Yeah. So
I think she's leaning more towards this thing was just ripped out by a monster. That's got to be it.
It is probably around the same time that you arrived last time, Johnson. So while Dr. Butler is doing this examination, Wood and Johnson, what are you guys doing?
So, okay, let me ask about the excavation at this point. I know you said we could see the driver's, not the driver's, excuse me, the license plate.
Yep.
Have we excavated enough to walk around the vehicle?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Two things, one general, one very specific. So Johnson wants to look under the vehicle to see if basically it's like the dirt is pushed up into it. Like if it's sitting on dirt, or if it's instead the underneath has some dirt, but it's not completely filled in.
Yeah, no, there is a void underneath, so which suggests that it was driven in, buried over.
Okay then. All right. Well, that takes care of that one theory, which is good because that was unexplainable. So that is at least explainable. I
The
like
tires are all splashed out, though.
Oh, somebody cut the tires?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Make it a little lower to the ground. Why else would you do that? Nothing else specific I can think of.
Yeah.
We only had the one body in the vehicle, right?
There's the one. Check trunk. Trunk is empty, other than like what you would typically find,
Okay.
roadside assistance shit.
Yeah,
A
that's what I was
spare
fixing to
tire.
do, is check the trunk.
Yeah. Wood, anything further you wish to?
I don't think so. Looks like they've got it mostly covered. I mean, has anybody checked the wallet yet? Does he have a wallet?
From
Yeah.
license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and it's the person we expected from the registration. Okay. Maybe he would like to know why the guy was out here. Not that it makes maybe that much difference as to why this happened, but if he can dig up on find a way to find out who the family or any friends, if he doesn't have family, so he just knows why he was up in this area.
Yeah, I know we didn't find any kind of sporting equipment, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
No, and like no luggage either.
That was the next thing I was going to say, like no hiking equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else in the wallet other than his driver's license? Are there different types of credit cards or?
It was actually only the driver's license, not a wallet.
Oh, really? Okay, that's really weird.
Not good.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
That's more weird than not having the wallet or not having anything on it. And we checked the registration. Yeah, that's the next thing. I mean, I've got to contact somebody in Houston. We won't be
So
able to
we'll
do
be
that
told the
tomorrow.
next morning. Anything further you guys wish to do at the scene here? They'll make arrangements to have it excavated, put on a flatbed, and brought into town. But it'll take about a day for them to arrange that. Transporting the cadaver would be something more easy to do. So, Dr. Butler, do you want to have this thing brought back to the same morgue?
Yeah, I think I'll need the actual tools in order to do an autopsy, but that might have to wait till morning.
Yeah.
It's a whole day hot in the desert.
Yeah. So let me leave you guys with this, because we've only got 6 minutes left in the session. Agent Johnson, you're calling your contacts in the Houston office, who will put you in touch with Houston police.
Mm-hmm.
And we can roleplay this out in greater detail, but I want to leave you with something tantalizing. When you speak to Houston police, what you learn is that Kenneth Braverman was the prime suspect in a horrific series of prostitute killings in and around the Houston area. He was also a Houston police officer.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
When Houston police searched Braverman's home, they found the partially cannibalized and bloodless remains of his 2 children. His wife was missing, presumed kidnapped, as was the family car, which is what you just found in the desert. They may have more information on that to share, but that will not be for 2 weeks' time.
Gotcha. Well, this is definitely a multi-state issue. The FBI is definitely
we're
this.
yeah.
So, guys, before we do your outro, though, anyone who's got the fails, go ahead and roll your D4 and advance. Is there an auto feature to advance your skills?
Don't see anything immediately. Let me see what these buttons, if they say what they do.
Well, there is a button. When you check a box, see there's a little like at the very bottom of where the skills are. It says check a box when you attempt to use a skill and fail. After such, there's a little button next to that. I wonder if that
button looks like a power button, like an on-off.
Yeah.
But there's what looks like maybe a question mark beside.
Oh, it clears your checks.
The power button clears the checks.
Yeah, it actually rolls for you because my medicine went up 1 point.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it does do the roll if I click that? All right, so...
Perfect.
Try it, right?
Excellent.
Mine was search went up by 1, and the other was anthropology went up by 2. Cool.
Nice. All right. Then, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for part 2 of Puppet Shows and Shadow Plays. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the game, or the adventure, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we have channels dedicated to most of the games we run on the channel, as well as things like Finder Group, GM discussion, virtual tabletop chat. There is a terrific, helpful, knowledgeable, and friendly community over there, and you're more than welcome to join us. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. So, like, let's say you want to track down the original Delta Green source book, they may have something like that for you. And if they don't have it in stock, they you can put any item in the catalog on a want list, and they'll send you an email when it comes in. And if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code NIGHTTIME. Capital K is listed down below, all caps actually, Night with a K, NIGHTTIME. That'll save you 10% on any purchase of $10 or more through their website. That code is valid until the end of September 2026. So if you're listening to this after that time, just come back to one of our more recent videos. You'll see what the current discount code is. The last thing I'll say is a huge thank you to our stalwart agents. So Robert, John, and Will, thank you so much for playing today, guys. This is such a pleasure of a game to run for you guys. So thank you very much.
It's been lots of fun.
Nice. Yeah. How many times can you say that about an event involving a mass grave?
Yes.
We'll be back in 2 weeks' time, but until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that are bedeviling our 90s Delta Green fledgling agents. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.